What's up, guys? Welcome back to VBD Podcast. Here we have Outtchea, Chris, and we have Outtchea Viper. And Outtchea, if you want to introduce yourself.
I need no introduction. My reputation precedes me.
All right, that's very some wise words. All right, so Outtchea Viper.
Yeah, Chris, you've been on a lot of teams the past seasons, but who do you think stood out the most?
That season 9 team I had was pretty gas. We went undefeated, first ever team to go undefeated. This team is standing out to me too. But the one with season 9, we went undefeated during quarantine. We're the first team to ever go undefeated. One of the best runs ever. So
that was Chase's team, right?
Yeah, that was Chase's team.
Okay, so I have a question for you. So when did you start LFG, and like, did anything inspire you, or to yeah?
I'm way before LFG, dude. Like, I am like, what
You're
is
right.
it? Next year it'll be 10 years I'm playing anything road football related. So
Oh,
I've
wow.
been here way too long, dude.
What was your VFG? Any of those?
I've started in the Heroes Football League, which is like something from like way back then, like 2016, 2015, like something around there. And I mean, we just started there. I mean, I was pretty damn ass. I mean, I was on a tablet playing stamina leagues, and there's no stamina button. It's like I was just sitting there walking in first person, like jumping to catch the ball, getting like mobbed and shit. But I mean, everybody has their own beginning. Nothing really inspires me except for myself, though. I mean, that's pretty much it. There's no inspiring competition.
Right. So if you have another question, or I can go.
Yeah. When did you like actually get into like LFG? Like,
Man, season one. Taking it serious? Yeah, I've been here since like season 1. So I mean, I've been here for a pretty significant amount of time. It all started with like Apache, whom I trained. It started in NLFL actually. Like, we're talking FF. NLFL was the first ever league for FF. It was ran by Ives, Busy, etc., etc., etc. And we won the ring there. And then we moved over to LFG after me and Kashi had made a mock league.
Okay, that's like long ways though. Like,
yeah, that's like 2020. That's like 4 years ago.
10 years of football.
It's four.
10 years of road. So did you start off in like? Well, of course you started off in Publix. I mean, of course. I mean,
yeah.
What was that?
Well,
Wait.
Publix is a lot different, right? Like.
Right. Yeah.
Top players would actively play in Publix because the player pool was so small. Like,
right.
Almighty Swath was probably like the best QB I've ever seen, and nobody's ever like heard of him now. But like, people who've been around back then know who he is. And it'd be like QBBs and Publix and shit like that.
QBBs and Publix.
Yeah, Ventrix and Septirius would do the same stuff, and they're both the best at LF. And like, you don't see that anymore. People would get picked up from Publix, and it went from Publix to side leagues. Then side leagues got killed, and then after that, like, now we're just sitting here. We're just friend groups.
Right. So I want to follow that up. So you're saying like you started off like back then. So did like that development from there to now? How far do you think you've how far do you think you've achieved, and like how what do you think your reputation is now?
Bro, I've gone through multiple different reputations. Like, back in VFG, I was the guy who was like the best packer there, and then after that, I ended up being like recognized as the best short in the league for like 3 consecutive years straight, and then I got banned, and then I had to obviously go for business related reasons. Like, I did go pursue something, and then I came back. I ended up being one of the best shorts in the league again, and then now I guess it's like this Dox Reaper or whatever the hell everybody likes to call me. But I'm still recognized as like the best corner, if not the best. Like, yeah, the best short of all time, and if not the best corner in general of all time. That's kind of my reputation.
Okay.
I went through a lot of motions.
Right. So I want to go back to season 9. I believe that was your All-Pro when you were with the Baltimore Ravens, right?
I won an All-Pro almost every season up until season 13. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. So in season 9, that third All Team, what did you have to do to get to that All-Pro.
Well, they didn't track any playoff stats. I'd definitely be a little bit more higher if they actually tracked playoff stats.
Right.
But I only played for the last half of the season. I don't play for the first half. I was missing a lot. There were a lot of like high points in that season. Like I remember when Joe's caught a Hail Mary to like keep her undefeated record, and then for me, I remember it was like my birthday or something like that, and like Graf had was like pounding our backup who was in for me during my birthday, and I came in at the half and I scored like 3 unanswered touchdowns and a 2-point to seal the game and win it. So there was a lot of high points during that season, and then obviously facing like Court when they were at their peak in the Super Bowl and beating them was really kind of a nice cherry on top to finish the season.
Right. So good. So I want to go back further now to season 1. So how did you feel? How did you feel getting? I think was that your first All-Pro?
Yeah, I believe so.
As a defensive back.
Yeah, as a defensive back.
So
yeah.
also, what do you think you're better at? Wide receiver or defensive or DB?
I'm always gonna be a better DB. I'm mostly a defensive player. You throw me anywhere on the field, I'm gonna perform at a top 5-10 level.
Right. If you have any questions.
Yeah, do you still feel like a top 10 DB right now, like in the league?
I feel like a top 1, dude. I usually end off every season with the least amount of targets as my contemporaries, not to discredit anybody, but everybody has their own strong suit. It depends on what you're looking for in a DB. If you're counting on somebody to go intercept the ball, then you can prefer like Just or Apex or something like that. But I feel like I've been locking down the entire league for the entirety of my career. There hasn't been like a receiver that stumped me yet.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's some crazy confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, it's not even crazy confidence because if the top 3 list is like XClip, Bobo, etc., Caleb, like I have a positive playoff record against every single one of them, so it's not really far-fetched to say that I'm capable of shutting some people down.
yeah. Well, somebody's Tubby's list saying the top 10 CBs. They're saying that they're gonna put you behind Bobo, Law, CJ, Capfully, Apex, and Falcon. Would you take that or?
Tubby's list?
Yeah.
I agree in the department of like getting more interceptions. Yeah, they get more interceptions than I do, but they're also highlighting deeps. Like they're all just deep, so the ball goes to them for interceptions more, right?
Right.
More opportunity to like make something of yourself in a deeper position. So yeah, that's honestly valid. Like if they feel that way, then they feel that way. Like especially Lawton. Lawton's shaping up to be the best deep ever. Like I'd argue that he's surpassed Flight. Like he's just the best deep to play, and that's just how it is. That's the fact of the matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, Falcon's gonna be up there. Falcon's a lot of diversity, but there's some other people I just don't agree with. Also, for that whole Tubby list, I don't have a good I don't have like a good rapport with Tubby either. So even being on there regardless is crazy because I've burnt a lot of bridges in this community, but I still swim. So.
Right. Okay. So I have another question, but if you have another question, you can go ahead and ask.
No, you can go.
Okay, so I want to talk about just these overall seasons. So actually I want to ask you, what would you put yourself at on a defensive scale when you have to go against like one of the other greats of like DBs, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Bro, are you asking like player wise or like 1 through 10?
Like player wise.
Player wise, you could put me like wherever you rank X, Bobo, and Lawton, bro. You could put me there.
Okay. So you think you're like you're on that level or better than him?
No, we're all in the same class. We just play different positions. Like I'm not gonna like sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm better than them at like DB in general, because these guys have racked up more interceptions than me. We all play different positions, so it just makes no sense. I feel like I revolutionized my position more than anybody though. Like for short, nobody was stopping runs before I was stopping runs. Nobody was pushing up and doing any of that. There's still people who can't do the bait correctly, and they're considered top confidants of that. So it just makes no sense not to put me up there. Also, Just needs to be a little bit more mentioned and prominent in that CB list for Tubby.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I want. Oh, do you have a question?
Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I know playing with Apache, you've experienced a lot of what they call CTE moments. You have a story to tell us about that?
Nah, bro, it's just some shit you experience, bro. We don't talk, bro. We don't talk about CTE, bro. Stays in CTE club, stays there, bro.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. So who do you think you have the best overall connection with? Is that Apache, like within LFG?
Within LFG,
Yeah.
it used to be Kashi. Are you
Mhm.
talking like players or as people? Because I feel like multiple people I have it with, like Just Law, Apache. Probably Apache for right now, yeah. Like, there's so many people who know about me that aren't playing anymore, so I can't say too much. But yeah, probably Apache.
Okay, so another question is, what's a mistake that you've made in your LFG career that you wish you could go back and fix?
I don't live with regrets.
Okay,
I don't live with any regrets. There's a reason why I do everything.
that's a wise man. That's a wise man. Okay. I mean, that really that really just defeated my question. That was my question that I was gonna ask. But okay, well, I guess we can go back to season. What was that season? I don't know. That was in 2021 when you made the LFG Hall of Fame when you're Boston. Am I correct? Not Boston, Patriots.
Yeah, I made the Hall of Fame with the Patriots. Yeah, that was
So-
my team of choice. So the way that they did the original Hall of Fame, so a bit of a backstory from back then. The original Hall of Fame was supposed to include Jose, Darion, Apache, and X-Clip, and Dwight, and that was it. And they had to do it, and there was so much kickback on that because you had other players like Connor, Obish, etc., and Chase who were making names for themselves, who were kicking back at it because I mean it just made no sense to have some of those people up there and they've only played like 3 seasons, right?
Right.
Like Darion and Jose both had Hall of Fame projecting careers, most definitely. I'd say both of them, but like Jose still is very good. Even to his last play, he was very good. Darion was always amazing, but the way that it got reformed was, I'd say like around like season 4, it got completely reformed, and the first people to be in it were me, Apache, X, and Dwight. And by that time, I'd already went with Chase, I think, for a tenure, and they asked me, hey, what team do you want to be recognized on? And I chose the Patriots. So everybody there, Joe's didn't really make it as a Colt. He made the Hall of Fame as a Raven, right? So it's just everybody chose what team they wanted to be designated to be shown as in the Hall of Fame, and that's pretty much it.
Right. Okay, so I have one last question. This alt has another one.
No, you got it. You got it.
So my last question is, are you ever gonna get another ring? And when do you think that will be?
Man, the timing is God's timing is unique, man. So whenever I get the next ring is whenever I get the next ring, man. So, there's a plan, bro. So if I get it, I get it. If I don't, oh well, bro. It's all good. It's all good. And if it's not all good, it's all good. So,
Very wise man, bro.
I play for the best team in the league, though. So I don't have doubts, but I also wouldn't put it past nobody to beat us.
What team do you play for?
I play for Champ.
Oh, okay, yeah. I understand why you said that now. All right. Well, I think that's it for me. I appreciate you for coming on, Outtchea, or Chris. Thank you all, the Viber, for co-hosting this, and hope you guys have a good night.